Texas State made national news over the Thanksgiving holiday. Really good news.
Texas is about to invest billions in university research. We'll tell you what that means for Texas State.
I hate to tell you this, but it's about time for projects and exams. We have some tips.
I'm Prince Johnson, student at Texas State. As we swing into finals, fellow student and reporter Isabella Connery and I went around campus to look for campus study spots.
And later.
That was the instant Texas State's volleyball team found out they'd made it into the NCAA championship tournament. Way to go, Cats.
And we'll introduce you to the students who are rocking a whole different kind of competition. Hi, and welcome to the Bobcat Bulletin. I'm Carter Boardwell.
And I'm Jordan Salas. We mentioned that Texas State made national news. Our campus has been selected to host the first presidential debate in September 2024.
The university announced the debate just before Thanksgiving. It's the first time ever a Texas university has hosted a general election presidential debate. Reporter Noah Kalk tells us more.
We're here outside Strahan Arena at Texas State University, home of the general election's first of 4 presidential debates held in 2024.
On September 16th of 2024, Strahan Arena, commonly known for Bobcat athletic events, will be jam-packed with some of the most notable politicians worldwide.
We want to make sure that not just our campus, but our city, the hill country of Texas, the entire state of Texas is represented well by this opportunity.
As an illustration of how big a story this is, it appeared more than 1,000 immediate outlets, including these interviews on KVUE and ABC television stations in Austin.
Several months of effort from a very small team of the right people to put together what ended up being a couple of 100 pages of documentation that explained how we could fulfill what the commission was looking for. It's akin to a Super Bowl. So this is a massive undertaking, but they've really got it down to a science.
Texas State will be the first university in the state of Texas to host a presidential debate. The only university in Texas that has graduated a United States president.
And I think just the legacy, the fact that Lyndon Baines Johnson graduated from here, made this an attractive option as well.
Texas State students will have a unique experience watching the debate. Although students won't have direct access to the event, they will be able to see it from the same facility that basketball games and graduation are held in.
I think the debate will get students more involved. The students here have always been pretty into standing up for what they believe in, and especially with all the turmoil and political things going on right now, I definitely think the students will show up.
We'll be back in September to see which candidates will be debating in the arena. Until then, I'm Noah Kalk with the Bobcat Bulletin.
Texas State is one of the 4 universities that will benefit from a new state research university fund. Proposition 5 passed by a 2-to-1 margin. It sets aside $4 billion to be split between Texas State and 3 other universities. The goal is to add more top research universities in addition to just UT Austin and Texas A&M. Some of that money will come to Texas State in this budget year.
Okay, cool. And then this next part is back on camera.
The Lone Star State has almost 500,000 retired school teachers, according to the Teacher Retirement System of Texas, and they're about to get more money in their pension. Proposition 9 was on the ballot November 7th and was passed by a 4-to-1 margin. That proposition lets the state add more than $3 billion to the retirement systems. Teachers will see their pensions go up by 2 to 6%, depending on when they retired.
We're getting close to the end of the fall semester. In fact, this is our last Bobcat Bulletin of the semester. That means it's also time for final projects and final exams. Reporter Isabella Connery and videographer Prince Johnson have some tips to help you get through it all.
The Texas State campus offers many lesser-traveled places for students to prepare for finals. Off of the quad, you'll find a courtyard tucked away in the Taylor Murphy History Building, complete with a fountain and benches. When in LBJ, Boco's living room is tucked away down the hall from George's. It is a quiet study space with personal desks and comfortable couches. There are many tables and benches throughout Sewell Park and off-campus along the river. There are other places to study in nature. Student Summer Lucio tells us her favorite spot.
My favorite spot is by Sewell. It's one of my favorite spots to study at and just to relax at, especially by the playground, by the Lions Club.
Back on campus, the stairs leading from Old Main towards the School of Criminal Justice, there are some great spots towards the Agriculture Building. A staircase to the left of this sign leads you to a courtyard full of tables, chairs, and benches. If you keep walking, there are 2 hammocks perfect to relax or study in. The university offers stress-relieving events during finals week. Student Susie Foreman tells us about one.
So I'm super excited. Every semester, the university brings out therapy dogs to Alkek, the library, during finals week, and it's super nice to just be able to interact with them and take a second to relax and get out of your own head.
For Bobcat Bulletin, signing off for the semester, I'm Isabella Connery.
You may not know about the Meadows Center. It's a research center dedicated to studying and preserving Spring Lake and all the rivers and streams that feed into it.
They have a cool way to make sure more people know about it. Reporter Jack Gerard takes us along to the Meadows Center Family Day.
Sitting right across from Bobcat Stadium is actually the Meadows Center. It's a place that all Texas State students must visit, but very few know about.
The Center for Water and the Environment's most popular attraction is their glass bottom boat tours that all Texas State students must take for their seminar class, but they have many more attractions and a deep history with Spring Lake. Another attraction that the center hosts are Family Fun Days, which are events held there that welcome family and students to learn more about Spring Lake and other topics. I spoke to Riley Patrick, a social media coordinator and event planner at the Meadows Center, to learn more about the event.
Our Family Fun Days typically consist of arts and crafts. Sometimes we have treats, like today we have Sugar's snow cones out here, so that's fun. And a lot of education about nature. We also do an autumn equinox Family Fun Day where we talk about why the seasons change.
The Meadows Center has gone through many changes to get where it is now. It originally opened in 1926 as a hotel and then later became an amusement park known as Aquarina Springs, where visitors could see Ralph the Swimming Pig and live mermaid performances. It wasn't until 1994 that Texas State acquired the land and turned it into the research facility that stands there now. I spoke with Bella Hansen and Peyton Johnson, who are native to San Marcos, about why they came to the Family Fun Day.
I just want to say I had a really good day at Family Fun Day here at the Meadows Center. As a San Marcos native, it's really nice to be able to appreciate the nature in my hometown. And coming here, I do it to honor my Aunt Pam, who was a mermaid here for the Meadows Center as well. She used to perform back whenever they still did the mermaids. But it's always nice to come and visit.
For more information about the Meadows Center's Family Fun Days and other events, visit their website, meadowcenter.texasstate.edu, to view their calendar for upcoming events. This has been Jack Gerard with the Bobcat Bulletin. Now back to the studio.
55 million Americans traveled for Thanksgiving, according to the travel company AAA. About 1 in 10 flew, and tens of thousands of them had some trouble getting home. The FlightAware website showed more than 7,000 flights were delayed on Sunday, the end of Thanksgiving weekend. Things were especially rough in LA, Atlanta, and at Dallas-Fort Worth, just up the road. By the way, the number of people traveling for Thanksgiving was up about 2% from last year.
Hey Jordan, do you ever drive around and check out holiday lights?
Yeah, when I'm home for the holidays, my family loves to do that.
Well, there's a heck of a light show right across from campus, and they even have rides and food. Reporter Mackenzie Miller helps us get lit.
We're here at Sights and Sounds here in San Marcos, across the street from Texas State. Let's go grab some eggnog and check it out.
Located at 401 East Hopkins Street, the Sights and Sounds of Christmas Festival offers carnival rides, games, live music performances, festive lights, Santa photo ops, food and drink vendors, and tons of fun. We got an exclusive with director Matthew Worthington on this incredible nonprofit annual event.
It's a good event for the community to get families out. Pretty much like if you grew up in San Marcos, everybody will know because of well, did you ever perform at Sights and Sounds? We have all the schools come in from San Marcos, from Hays County, from the different schools. They get to come in, perform on the main stage, and then the families all come in, enjoy the park, all the rides and the food. And so it's just a good way to spread Christmas cheer and spirit throughout the community. We also keep the prices really low. So we do $5 ticket entry, and then kids 12 and under get in for free. That way it's not too much of a barrier, and so that everybody in the community can join in.
We had to visit the highly popular Campfire Biscuits booth. We spoke with manager Jaden Palacios and got to see how the biscuits get made.
We just have to say that because we want to let our guests know, or our customers, we got some hot biscuits coming over your way. And last year we had a long line all the way to the bridge, so like we were like, ah!
Those biscuits were worth all the hype. For more information, visit sites-n-sounds.org.
This has been Mackenzie Miller for Bobcat Bulletin. We wanted to wish you happy holidays from everybody at the station. Till next year, guys.
So picture this. You step outside your apartment to grab something real quick.
And you watch some dude stroll right in. What would you do?
You'd complain, of course, but you'd also go viral on social media.
That's the sound of success. Bobcats volleyball is going to the big stage.
And there are a bunch of other cool ways to compete at Texas State. Game on.
First, they said cigarettes were safe. Now, they say they didn't market e-cigarettes to teens. Fact. More than 1 in 4 high school students are vaping. Same lies, different day. Tell Big Vape to quit lying.
What do you think you're doing, Kevin?
Was just gonna drive home.
There are several warning signs present that you shouldn't be driving.
Like hearing voices?
Like your text-to-emoji ratio?
Oh man, the selfies. Selfie, nailed it.
We all have warning signs that let us know that we're probably not okay to drive. Mine is pretending to be your subconscious.
Craig, come on man, let's put a ride home.
We all have stories about student housing.
Well, one of those stories went viral on TikTok. Sydney Trahan shows us what happened.
As a college student living in student housing, intrusion is always in the back of our minds. And while authorities can't always help, social media can link us to those who can.
With the knowledge of the power of social media, Isabel Canales took to TikTok, posting this video that shows an intrusion on October 29th in hopes to identify the people captured on a Ring camera that they have inside and outside of their apartment. With no time at all, the video reached over 2 million views, and viewers provided a name of the suspect. We sat down with them for more information.
I think I posted that TikTok super early that morning, like right after it happened, because I was always like, this cannot happen again, like I'm gonna find this guy. So posted it, I started getting tons of comments. I got a few DMs referring to this one guy. Another girl had sent me a Ring footage of these guys walking around in the retreat. About 30 minutes later, still going into people's houses. So I ended up looking the guy up, and I've never heard of this man before. I looked him up on Twitter, and it said that whatever his name was had blocked me.
Once we all realized that Belle had left her phone over at our friend's house, we all run out, and I'm about like halfway there, and I like turn around and I like see the group of guys walking up to the house, and like I just can't tell what's going on. So I like start walking up to the house, and I'm like, hey, like what are y'all doing? Because at this point they're already walking away from the house, but they're kind of like speed walking, like you can tell like something's up. So I was like, let me go lock the door because that creeped me out. I come in, I grab my keys, I lock the door, and I go back.
We ended up contacting the police. I think I called them later that day. It basically fell under the category of residential burglary. I got a call from the detective. We had a chat for like 20-30 minutes, let him know what happened. I sent him the name, I gave him all the information I had, all the pictures, and it's been about a month since, and never gotten a response since.
We're definitely a lot more wary. Like we put the door stopper on it every single time, the window stoppers. We lock the door with the deadbolt, everything. It kind of sucks. It's like you're just constantly thinking about what happened in that situation. Like it could happen again, you know, like you never know.
Though social media has negative connotations, today we just learned why it's useful for more than just laughs. For Bobcat Bulletin, I'm Sydney Trahan.
That is a crazy story.
Yeah, it really went viral online. We have some sports news this week.
Yeah, a couple big stories. We'll start with Bobcats football. They did something they haven't done in 9 years. Posting a winning record, they got their 7th win against South Alabama last Saturday.
The Bobcats scored over 50 points again. It's the 3rd time this season. It was a really exciting game with touchdowns from the offense, defense, and special teams, including a 100-yard kickoff return.
This is also the first game ever where there were touchdowns from all three. No word yet on which bowl game the Bobcats might end up in, but a bunch of us are hoping it's somewhere close. Two possibilities, the Scooters Coffee Frisco Bowl and ServPro First Responders Bowl. Both of those are in the Dallas-Fort Worth area.
And the football team wasn't the only one making history last week.
Yeah, Texas State volleyball got close to being invited to the NCAA tournament last year, but didn't quite make it. This year, players and supporters gathered to watch the announcement, hoping they'd get in.
Reporter David Castañeda picks up the story from there.
After falling just short in the Sun Belt tournament, Texas State prepares to take on SMU in the NCAA tournament starting this week in Austin, Texas.
For SMU, their opponent.
Emotions were high as the team celebrated the bid, following a season in which they far exceeded their expectations. After a 12-4 record in conference play, Texas State is set to make their first appearance in the tournament since 2020. The team, which was led by redshirt freshmen Samantha Wunsch, KJ Johnson, and Maggie Walsh, faced high-ranked opponents such as U of H and Tennessee. Unfortunately for the Bobcats, they hold a 2-12 record all-time in the tournament. If they advance, however, they will face the winner of UT versus Texas A&M on December 1st. The game is set to take place this Thursday at 4 p.m. in Austin, Texas. 7-seed SMU is riding a 15-game winning streak where they haven't lost a set in over a month. Texas State will have to be at their best on Thursday. This has been David Castaneda with Bobcat Bulletin.
We've shown you a couple different club sports this semester, including quad ball and hockey. But this week, reporter Joe Curtin and videographer Jacob Farhat introduce us to something really different, but just as competitive.
Texas State offers a variety of opportunities for students to join clubs for their favorite sports. What you may not know is that there's a club dedicated for esports as well. I got to speak with Enrique De La Torre, the president of the Texas State Esports Club, about how their year's been going so far.
All the games essentially have their tryouts in the fall, so that we had pretty good turnout, especially for games like Valorant and Smash. You'll have like 50 kids trying out for those types of games, so that's like the main things. And as far as in the spring, like I said, we're looking forward to the actual competition. I'm a person who plays League of Legends mainly, so I can better speak about them. Our League of Legends team, we're going into the fall. Out of like 100 schools, we're like top 15 of the rankings right now, so we're going in pretty strong going into next season. Our Call of Duty team, they just finished their tryouts, I think, a couple days ago, and that's a team that has been historically very well for us. They've won hundreds, if not thousands of dollars in prize pool and stuff like that. So,
unlike other sports clubs, esports creates teams of sub-communities for a variety of games, such as League of Legends, Valorant, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate, as well as many more.
It's a very decentralized process. I'm the club president, right, so I oversee everything, but each individual game has individual game coordinators, and their role is basically enroll the players in tournaments and find practice for the players and stuff like that. So each game enrolls in their own separate competitions, and we all just kind of come together, I guess, to just report our results and stuff to the school. So even though everyone's operating individually, we're still all one club technically.
I think the biggest thing for me that I love about esports, just like playing video games competitively, is you get to meet people from a wide variety of backgrounds because they're so accessible. And all it takes is practice and getting better at things. People get to be themselves. They don't have to stress about how they look or how they're acting. They just get to sit down and play a video game with someone else who loves playing that same video game. I think that's pretty cool.
While official tryouts for teams don't start again until next fall, Enrique says the best thing students interested in joining can do is to start engaging with the club's online community now, especially through their Discord server.
Obviously, the best thing to do is join the Discord, which is kind of like our group me for those people who don't know what Discord is. And it's just a way to, I guess, interact with the community. You can talk with everybody in the club. We have, I think, 1,700 members in there. So that's at least 1,500 students at the university. So there's a lot of people in there, and as you were mentioning earlier, the games are separated by chats. So you can go in there and you can talk in those game chats and say hey, anyone want to play a few games? Just quick games, some normal games, maybe even some ranked games, stuff like that. So I guess just in the meantime, I would just get as acclimated as you can in the Discord, talk to people, ask to play games with people, because more often than not people will say yeah, and that way you can make friends and learn more about the teams and stuff like that.
With Bobcat Bulletin, I'm Joe Curtin.
We have one more club sport to show you this week. This one's all about speed and precision.
Reporter Danny Cardenas and videographer Tate Gustafson show us how you need to be pretty sharp to foil your opponent.
On guard. Ready, fence.
Few club sports at Texas State can say they dominated the region since the 70s, and even less can say they've done it with a sword in hand. The fencing club is gearing up for another year at Texas State, practicing at the Jowers Gym from 7 to 10, 3 nights of the week. This year, the team welcomed over 30 new members to the club. One of those is sophomore Logan Horak, who joined the team with no experience.
It's really nice here because they teach you very slowly, but they're very friendly with it. And they really teach you like you're in elementary school. They don't skip steps. They just tell you everything from the basics. I feel like I've advanced a little bit, obviously, but I still have a lot to learn, and I'm excited to keep learning here.
As Texas State's oldest active club, the fencing team has produced many regionally ranked fencers over the years, and it looks to continue that tradition at the upcoming regionals tournament. As it stands, Texas State is ranked 4th within the region, narrowly behind UT Dallas. Fencing club president Tim Grimshaw says Texas State is not a team to be counted out.
2 years ago, we were really the underdogs, and we ended up coming and getting first place. So we knocked out UT Austin and A&M, who were the thought of favorites for winning. And we have tournaments that we do. So we still have this one upcoming and 2 more to jump back to first. And I mean, with the people we got, I think it's very possible. And we're just trying to get in as much practice as we can.
Texas State heads to regionals on December 3rd for the Southwest Open, hosted by Texas A&M. For more information about the club, head over to fencing.wp.texasstate.edu. With Bobcat Bulletin, this has been Daniel Cardenas.
This is our final episode of Bobcat Bulletin for this semester. Thanks for watching.
Good luck with finals and congratulations to all the graduates. Look for more campus news starting in January.